beer is actually a Christmas gift from my buddy Jeremiah, creator of Boosh and the Rod. Head on over to his YouTube page. I'll post a link in the comments and check out Boosh and the Rod. Don't hesitate to give them a like and a share. There's some pretty funny stuff there. You'll actually like the cartoons. But he dropped on me Crunkle Sam. Now, there's three things about this that got me really excited. One, it's from Clown Shoes. Two, it's a barley wine. And three, it's actually dry hopped. Now, I've never actually had a barley wine that's been dry hopped before, at least not that I can remember. And if you don't remember it, it doesn't count, right? Right. For those who aren't aware, dry hopping is actually a process where during the fermentation of the beer, there's actually an extra dose of hops added into the brew. It actually can be done for a couple of different reasons. One, it can add some hop characteristic to a beer that doesn't normally have a heavy hop characteristic. It can be done to enhance the hop characteristic of a heavily hopped beer, and this is in the case with Dogfish Head's IPAs. They're 90 and 120. I think they also do it with the 60 minute. Also gets dry hopped. I mean, a lot of their beers get dry hopped. It can also be done in rare cases when you've got a flat, watery, flavorless beer and you want to kind of salvage it instead of dump it out. Shame on you, Sebago Brewing Company. We all know that Local Harvest was a crap brew and you tried to salvage it. I mean, I get it. I'm willing to forgive you for it for two reasons. One, I know that smaller breweries cost them a lot of money to dump a whole batch, and two, it's the first and only time you've ever disappointed me. You know what you did. Don't try to cover it up. So enough about that. Let's get to this one. It's got a really nice color to it. It actually is a little darker and a little cloudier than I usually see in barley wines. That may have something to do with the dry hopping. And there's a hint of citrusy hops coming through. Let's see if they say what they used here. With Chinook hops, I'm not really sure about the profile on those, but I'd be willing to bet they're supposed to be citrusy because that's a lot of what I'm smelling. And that's most of what's coming through, and as you can tell by the tone of my voice, I'm a little under the weather, so sniffer might not be working as well as it should be. It's actually quite smooth for a barley wine, and it does have a heavier hop characteristic than I would expect. It's a little more bitter than most barley wines. That bitterness of the hops is actually covering up some of the sometimes unpleasant taste with a barley wine. I mean, anybody who likes a barley wine will tell you that's not 100% pleasant. You develop a taste for it, but there's always that weird aftertaste. It has to do usually with the high alcohol content, I think. You also have to have developed a taste for wines to actually appreciate that flavor in the barley wine. And I'm not getting a lot of that. It's actually covered up by the hops. Bravo, guys. I mean, that's a really great it's a really great beer drinking experience because you're expecting that barley wine with the harshness, and you're getting a little bit of that, but you're mostly getting that hops covering it up, and it's actually eliminated the only negative that I find with barley wines for me, because I'm a big fan of hops. So I mean, overall, I'm gonna have to give that a 4.5 out of 5. I'm not quite ready to give it a full 5 just because it's not blowing me away, but it was a pleasant surprise. I was actually fully expecting this to come in at around a 4. Clown Shoes rarely does anything less than that for me, but I think I got to shoot the middle there and go with a 4.5 out of 5. Definitely check it out, and do me a favor, give me a like and a share down below. Get some shares out on Facebook or on YouTube or wherever. I'm going to keep doing these pretty regularly, but trying to bump some traffic to the site. Thanks for watching.